HG's.
승리의 야신 니kke.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a special 2.5 anniversary stream. It is Mihara Day. Welcome, everybody. I may have to pause this stream mid-stream really fast, okay? So I have some maintenance people coming, so if I suddenly get a knock on my door and I'm like, I gotta go, that's what that's about, okay? I'm not gonna keep repeating this, so as people come in, if I suddenly pause, maybe some of you guys who are already in here and heard me make this announcement can let other chat know so they know that I didn't just leave permanently. But yeah, so I don't even know. You know, it's one of those things where it's we'll be coming between 10 and 5, and it's a ridiculous window. So I have no idea if they even will interrupt the stream, but we'll find out soon. Let me go ahead and make a Discord post really quick. And then I should probably put my Discord invite into the chat. We'll copy this. Let's see. My Discord. And then I should probably pin that in the chat. A lot of initial setup things here happening. Okay, pin message on YouTube and pin on Twitch. Hey, huge shout out to anybody viewing on Twitch right now. This is, I think, officially, finally the last one before I can get Twitch affiliate. After I ended last night's stream, which I thought was going to be the last one that I needed, then I was looking through the requirements, and it was you still need one more stream, and it has to be within a single month to meet certain metrics. And so today is the 30th. This is our last day to get those. So, welcome everybody that's watching on YouTube as well. I appreciate you, hanging out with me no matter what platform you are on. But we are trying to make a Twitch push specifically. Today is the last day. Let me see who we have in chat. We got Joe Sauce, Fangor, Orifly, Vermouth Olive, City Zyome, something dog that I can't read because the blue font is extremely hard to read on a blue background of my chat, but welcome to you as well. Sup Sparks, evening, hello. Let's see, stream maintenance, yeah, that's right. Hello. Will come between midnight and midnight. I don't understand the reference. You're gonna watch YouTube as well, but thought maybe just once I'll use Twitch since it's been more helpful. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, we are cutting it close. I thought it was set, like, because I thought it was like, all right, I'll do my regular Twitch Tuesday scheduled stream, and then I'll be like done. And then I was like, oh, snap! I still have one more day. What's up, Grimjaw? Shiguro, welcome, welcome. We got a few more minutes until maintenance. Let me see if there's like a campaign stage I can do. If it's a story one, we won't start it. But if there's like a couple I can quick battle right now, then I'll do it. Okay, so I literally just started chapter 38. You guys saw me beat the boss of chapter 37 last night. Let's see, a relic. You guys saw the silver liquid here, didn't you? It dissolves anything it touches, so stay away from it. Don't ever touch it. Never, ever. Not even the tip of your finger and the teeniest tip of your toe. Do so much as think about it. Don't ever go near it. Okay, we get it, we get it. Don't say I didn't warn you. If you come into contact with that stuff, you're dead meat. I'm not speaking in metaphors here. You'll be dead as a doornail. Isn't dead as a doornail literally a metaphor? Just saying. I'm not speaking in metaphors, but I'm going to use a metaphor. Ooh, another relic. What is this? Credits? Okay, we can always use more credits. The reference of to me mentioning the stated hours maintenance is coming between. So, oh, dude. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Dude, for real. It's like sometimes it's almost like they're gonna give you a date range. Like, we'll be there sometime in May. Sanitary Sanchez says, good luck on the rolls. Thank you. We have a pretty good supply stocked up. I have nearly 80,000 gems. A few rainbow tickets, not too much of that. All right, we're not going to do this story mission. Let's go back to the lobby. And then, of course, I'm going to be maxing out Mihara's equipment. I'm also going to be going for max limit break, and I will be maxing out her skills. So hopefully she's good. If she's not, I mean, we're doing it anyway, and we'll test. You know, let my pain be your gain if we find out she's not actually good. But she looks insane. Let's see, do we have, okay. Welcome everybody who just joined the stream. If you are not subscribed already or following on Twitch, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. Oh, 11 minutes ago, literally just before I went live, I got a new sub. So shout out to the new subscriber from 17 minutes ago. Oh, it looks like it's reset. Is it reset? Let's go to the outpost and then go back to the lobby. You will do 2 multis and then use tickets on her. What's up, Bob? Yeah, I mean, the plan here is to use gold tickets. I've said this before many times. The 1% banners are where you want to use the gold tickets. You get better value that way. It makes a lot of sense to do it. All right, we are officially in reset. Dude, this is big hype. All right, let me collect a few things here. We got some credits. We got some upgrade boxes and some skill upgrades. Sweet. Send some friend points. By the way, we have, let me double check this. In the anniversary fund, we have $22.78 still left. So we will be probably buying the Cinderella Pass, but we won't do that quite yet. So huge shout out to anybody who did super chats and other donations. We still have some left to use. It's also Grave Day to get her skin, so that's pretty hype. All right, get that, and we'll collect the resources. We want to go in like getting everything possible, and we'll wait just a minute here to actually start our polls, just as more people come into the stream, and we'll start in just a minute on our Mihara polls. Yes, get all the free resources. Ooh, we cracked 80,000. Nice. Grimjaw says, I hate myself, I will pull. Deep Blue has 50,000 gems and 50 tickets ready. Nice. Hot take, this Cinderella skin is better than the Gacha skin. That is a hot take. That is a hot take. I would say they're pretty similar, if I'm being real. Like, I kind of like this dress better. I do like the design. The appeal of the Gacha skin was the fact that she had her original blue eyes, I think. It was still not enough to convince me to actually buy it. But yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to know, like, if a lot of people agree with that. Okay. 32,000 gems and a dream. Nice. All right. I think it's time to start polls. I will also be recording a YouTube video live for both testing as well as polls. There's our Mihara gotcha skin. If this was on like any other character, this would probably be like a recommended pickup right here. But like Mihara's original design is so good. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. Does the computer help you roll better? Yeah, we'll say it does. Hey, seems my name is in your friend list. Oh, hey, what's up, Philip? That's cool. Thanks for logging in regularly and sending friend points. You like the original and the gotcha one from Mihara. Dude, yeah, they're both really good, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the YouTube video. That means chat might be slightly ignored. I'll like glance at you guys occasionally, whether you're on like Twitch or YouTube. I can see both of you, but just while I'm recording the video, I'm gonna be more focused on that, of course. Let me take a quick sip of water here. You have been noticed, Orifly. Okay. Let's go to our recruit just to start out. Good lord, she looks good. Okay. Let me record. We are recording. Cool. Hey everyone, Sparks back with another God's Victory Nikke video, and it is Mihara Day. She is probably the best looking Nikke design we have gotten in possibly ever. I've been waiting for an SSR Mihara since day one, and she's finally here. I couldn't be more hyped about it, and I think she's definitely one of the most hyped units of all time. Even her gotcha skin looks good, which actually we'll go to really quick. We're going to be doing polls. I'm not going to get this. I feel like if this was for any other character, this is probably a recommended get just because it looks crazy. But Mihara's original design is so strong, I'm going to be passing on this. But we will do our free poll here. Unfortunately, it is impossible to get the skin until you go, I think, 3 polls in. I'm not sure. Comment below if I'm wrong. Check me on that. But it's an extremely low chance to even do that. So yeah. That's just kind of how it is. So we failed on that, but there is her gotcha skin. If you are interested, it looks good. So let's talk about the strategy here. I'm going for max limit break on Mihara, and I'm going to be doing testing with her right after this. By the way, I'm recording this video live. Chat, say hello to YouTube. I will also be doing testing live as well, and then yeah. Check out those if you haven't already. So the strategy here is to get max limit break, but we're using gold tickets. I'm only going to try and pull 1 copy of Mihara, and then everything else will be gold tickets. If you're a new player, it's really important to realize that these are 1% rate banners, whereas most banners are 2%. So anytime you have a 1% banner, which is going to be overspec or pilgrim units, you're basically getting double the value for those gold tickets, and then you can use your gems and resources on those normal 2% banners. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our first free recruit of the day. What if we just one tap her with a free recruit? I have yet to ever managed to do this. Chat is saying hello to YouTube and good luck with the polls. Thank you. All right, please, 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 Mihara, change to gold. No, okay. All right, one day it'll happen. One day we'll get there. Let's try our first multi. Chat is saying like this video. Do it and subscribe. Most of you guys aren't subscribed. It would really help me out. I am an official Nikke content creator. Gold. No. All right. We do have our purple light in the background, as is tradition. I try and use coordinated lights in the background based on who I'm trying to pull. It gives us good luck, or at least that's the idea. All right, multi number 2. I also have a Twitch channel, which I'm streaming live on right now. Link to that in the description below if you want to give me a follow. Change. No. All right, I'm trying to become a Twitch affiliate, so I'm trying to like push the push the Twitch follows right now. Okay, we did hit our first reward, so we'll grab some of these doll upgrade materials. This is such a nice bonus. Don't forget to pick these up, and I would not try and pull to get these, but they're a good like thing that you can get just like on the way, right? And watch out for the breakpoints for the rainbow tickets, because you might end up being like one away, and then even if you already got what you wanted, you'll still want to do another multi, because essentially it'll be free, right? If your next one gives you like, it's going to refund you those 10 tickets. So just keep that in mind. All right, multi number 3 or 4. Jeez, I already lost track. All right, come on, Mihara. No Mihara. Okay, okay. Maybe I should get out some cuffs or a whip or something to entice her. That might work better than just a purple light. Welcome everybody who's just joining the stream. Okay, please, Mihara. Orange spark? No. Okay. We have to pull at least one of her, right? Like, I need to get at least one naturally without using gold tickets. Okay, this is our first one that's going to be a mix of tickets and gems. So we are dipping below our 80k mark. Orange. Yes! All right, we got the change. Okay, she's kind of in the middle. We're looking for the overspec change. It is Tetra. It is noise. Also a quality looking unit. Unfortunately, not really what I'm looking for. I had pretty good luck with Siren. Well, actually, I never even pulled the Siren. I had to use a gold ticket for her too, but I got a ton of other like Pilgrims and SSRs as well as pulling for Siren. So let's try and actually get a natural Mihara pull here. Keep the momentum going. Nope. Okay. I'd take a Snow White too. Like getting my last copy of Snow White. Believe it or not, even though she's my favorite, I have not gotten maximum break on her. She's sitting at 2 stars. So Snow White would be great here. Chat says Snow White incoming. Mark my words. All right. Not this time. Not this time. Sag. There's never been any kind of rate up for Snow White. That's the problem. But let's you know, focus on Mihara here. She's probably, I'm expecting her to be the new most powerful fire attacker. Ooh, there we go. All right, we got the orange spark. Let it be a double. Oh, it is a double. It is a double. Start off with Tetra. Oh, what is it? Rosanna. Had a lot of jiggles there. We're going to be testing Mihara with Summer Rosanna later on. She might be a good partner for her. Ooh, okay. SR Mihara. SR Mihara. It's a sign. I think the next one is our SSR. Yes! It's missileless. We got the overspec. It is Mihara. The SR Mihara was a sign. We got her. That is so good. That was honestly not that painful. That was pretty good. I mean, for 1% rate, that was solid. That was really solid. And came with a Rosanna, which is kind of whatever, but I'll take it. This is also a sign that she's good with Summer Rosanna. Just saying, because she gets that sustained damage buff. Okay, also, I'll claim these right here. And then, ooh, see, I'd have to do 4 more multis to get this, so it's not worth it. I'm just gonna stay there. So, let's go to the lobby. And go to the shop. So I still have a ton of gems left. So even though I'm saving for Stellar Blade after this, which is a really exciting collab coming up in June, they're not going to be 1%, or at least they'd be crazy if they made it 1%. Traditionally, they're going to be 2%. So I'm going to have a lot of resources left to pull for them rather than keeping on pulling for Mihara. And I can just grab the rest of my Mihara copies here with the gold tickets. I'm going to go for 1, 2, 3. Nice. And let's find our girl right here. Burst 3. She's gonna be down at the bottom because she's not synced yet. Let me see if I have equipment for her right away. Not gloves. Okay, so let's steal the gloves from somebody else. We will take them from Trani. Thank you very much. And then I will give her a cube. Let's go Bastion cube. Just to make sure she has enough specs. Who should I take this off of? I don't know. We'll just grab it from Soda at the moment. That's fine. And I'll equip her with a doll. Give her a blue one, because that's going to give us the easiest route to super success for the first 5 levels, and then we'll switch over. And now we'll limit break her. Dang, she's blushing. The way her eyes light up all pink, it's so beautiful. It's like borderline heretic looking. There's that little sense of danger there. It's definitely her vibe. Like, does she love you or is she going to kill you? And we got the max limit lobby wallpaper. And who should we switch out? We're going to switch out Bunny Soda. Dang, I took the cube from Bunny Soda and now I'm switching around the lobby too. I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to go to the lobby. Hello? Mihara? There we go. Dang, beautiful. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to be doing testing with her right after this, so make sure you check out that video immediately after this. I'll be uploading after I end stream, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a like on the video, a subscribe, maybe follow me on Twitch, and I'll catch you guys in the next video or stream. Peace. Alright, that is a wrap on our YouTube video. Nice. You one-tapped? Refreshing after Siren broke me? Yo, that's crazy. Or if I one-tapped Mihara. Let's go. Did about 70 overall and got 1 SSR. Tia? Ew. I mean, could be worse, I guess. You went straight to... Yeah, not even the free poll? You didn't do the free poll? Dude. Breaking your 1,800 gold mileage for now? Dude, that's a lot of mileage. Booba going crazy? Dude, for real. Your Tia is now core 7? Oh, dude, that sucks. That sucks. Okay. Okay, so notifications. Hey, look at that. Mihara banner. Who would have thought? It's not like we just did that. And the Pain Eater. So we got her costume gacha. Let me get rid of this notification for the lobby. Skill cutscene. Cool. Save. And we'll grab some of these. Oops. I guess I need to... It's from the grave one. And then let's get her in the synchro. And then start leveling her equipment. Heck yeah, we got the grave skin. Okay, everybody. Hold on. We're going to equip Grave with her new skin. We already completed all our weekly missions. Okay. Nikke's. Grave. I'm going to be honest. I'm a big fan of Grave's original design. I almost didn't go for the Grave Pass because, I don't know, this is pretty sick. But I'm just a fan of Grave in general, so I want to support her. And this is also a good-looking skin. It's pretty badass. Yeah, Grave is looking good. Sexy secret agent vibes right here. Maybe security guard, I don't know. And level up our Pilgrim Tower, nice. See those numbers. Yeah, we're going to be testing in just a second. Oh, Shepeng Ramutal, I totally butchered your name. I didn't see it in time. But thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. And what was I doing? Oh, yeah. Mihara. We need to... Oh, let's put her in the synchro before we even level up her stuff. Let's put her in the synchro right away. business casual grave is great. Yeah. I think if you have your like pants unzipped and kind of rolled down, you're a little bit past business casual. Sort of more like slutty business formal. Alright, new Mihara. Thinking CEO who needs someone to do things for them. Yeah, pretty much. You don't like the coffin? Really? I think it's kind of cool. We'll also go to the command center and level her up. Where's Mihara? There we go. We're going to favorite her. I'm not going to quite level up her to max, because I do want to be able to talk to her and actually see her dialogue. But we're going to go like almost all the way, just so she's like leveled up for her max potential for testing. It's a lot of clicking, guys. It's a lot of clicking. I wish you could just hold it down. Remember, because she has overspec, she can go all the way to 40, just like Pilgrims. Alright, we'll do 80 of these. And then we'll do a bunch of these. There should really be an update that lets you just hold it. And we'll do some of these. No Mihara, but you got Core 4 Red Hood. Hey, it definitely, that could be worse. Okay. There we go. Level 39, and then that'll still give me a lot of chances to talk to her. Not gonna lie, you thought you had Grave at least half star Sparks, but I see you just got her. Yeah, just did a single copy of Grave. Oh, episode viewing. For uni. Okay, I'm just gonna like get rid of this. I'm probably gonna go back and watch these later, but just so I get rid of the notification. Do you think this means we're going to get a new uni soon? Or is it just on theme because she's part of the story? A lot of the time, it does mean that we're close to getting a new unit. Also, my camera's like slightly low. Let me move this up just a hair. Oh, that was too much. There, that's better, I think. Okay. What am I doing? I'll send a friends list. Send some friend points. I can't even talk. Okay. So, now we can actually start buffing up Mihara. Alright, we're going to do skills first. So we're going to go all the way to 10. Because I do think she probably has the potential. And like I said, we're going to test her. And if she doesn't have the potential, then you guys can save your skill materials. I'm just getting everything up to 7 here first. I don't know. I like to keep things even, so I'm like, just in case I'm short. Doesn't really make sense if we're being honest, but... Yeah, dude, I have way more than enough materials. I have so many, it's kind of insane. They've been so generous with the amount of skill upgrades they've given us. Dude, I still have a ton left. Okay. Equipment. Let's max this out. Now this is where I don't know exactly how far I can go. I'm hoping I can get all these overloaded and even upgraded, but I'm not sure how realistic that is. Are we getting into the yellow ones yet? Yeah, we just started. Okay. Go for her chest. Not that her chest needs any upgrading at all, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Drake's event gave us so much resources, it's kind of insane. Oh, we're just short. Okay, we can do interception. And then we'll get enough. I don't want to use these. Okay. Alright, we're going to do Kraken interception really quick. So we can finish upgrading her. Yep, claim these. Cool. Protect your chest at all costs. Yeah, that's right. Press the toggle? What toggle? Alright, here we go. Kraken Day. It's always Kraken Day. Every day is Kraken Day. Welcome anybody new that just joined the stream. I'd appreciate a subscription or a like if you're enjoying it. Also, a follow on Twitch. I'm literally hours away from becoming a Twitch affiliate. And I'm going to be doing a shooting range test with Mihara, using different comps as well as a interception test. Not on Kraken though. I think, what is the Fire Week one? Indivilia? Whatever the Fire Week boss is. Oh, thank you for the sub. I can't see who that was, but I appreciate it. Concentrating on killing this squid right here. I don't think today is the day to tier 9. This doesn't feel like the best run. By the way, how's the like video quality in frame? Before we were saying that it like kind of got worse when I was fighting Kraken last night. I changed a setting, so I don't know if that helped or made any difference. So let me know if like it looks nice and smooth while I'm fighting here. Oh, I think that wave is gonna hit me. Ooh, I actually survived. Okay. Oh my god, that was so close! That was insanely close! Bro, I think that actually was my best run yet. Come on. Bruh. Alright, alright. That was so crazy. Okay. Dude, if I just like level up the equipment on Little Mermaid, then I think that's totally gonna make it. All right, we can finish Mihara now. All right. Oh, and thank you. This is Mocha for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so Mihara. That might as well gave you that Kraken kill. Dude, that was kind of like ridiculously close. That was insanely close to tier 9. Alright, upgrade. Pretty sure that was enough. Yeah, alright, cool. We got there. Unfortunately, cannot level the overloaded equipment, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's also level her doll as much as possible. I will use one of these because I have a 100% chance to get super success. So that's kind of the strategy. You want to maximize your chances of getting super success. And I will use one more. Phase 10. And then I will use a blue one. Skip. Alright, we finished it. Okay, so now I will change it. Oh, I have to open one. Okay. Let's see. So, let's see. I think I need to go to my inventory. Inventory, that's what I need. Is she worth the pull? We're gonna find out. We're like literally about to do testing right here. But yes, I'm pretty sure she's worth the pull. And let's see, we'll open the rest of these. But I'm gonna make her as strong as possible before we actually do the test, so that's as relevant as we can. I don't even care what kind of equipment I got there. Oh, I still have to level up Rosanna and Noise, too. We'll do that later. Okay. Oh, I didn't even open the thing. Okay. Wait, what was, what type of doll did I need? Machine gun, that's right. Duh. Okay. So we'll go to my selector. I think this is machine gun, right? Yes, that is machine gun. So we'll grab one of these. And... dude, I keep losing track of her. I'm like, where did she go? Do I still have a free siren pull? Oh, I think I do. I think I do have a free siren pull. I forgot. Alright, an instant level 5 purple doll. So now we'll maintain her again. We're gonna use all our blue ones. And then we'll use a purple one. Dang, no super success there. Okay. We'll use the purple ones again. Yes! Alright, phase 10. Alright, so now... 15% chance. 15% chance. Pray for me, guys. Pray for me. Ugh. Okay. We got our last chance here. Last chance. No. All right. Still level phase 10 doll. That's okay. We'll get there at the end. She's already very strong. Okay. So now we will do the overloads. So we're hoping for elemental damage, attack, ammo. Like this is just. That's how it is for 90% of DPS units. Charge speed and crit rate is not it. All right, let's try it on arms next. Welcome anybody new people coming into the stream. Thank you. We are on Twitch and YouTube. I'd appreciate a like, a sub, or a follow. Let's do our equipment modification. Crit rate, elemental damage, ammo capacity. Yo, that is a really good roll. So this one, depending on how the other rolls go, could just sit here for a long time. But eventually, when I want to re-roll the crit rate, the fact that it's the first line is perfect. And I can lock the elemental damage and ammo. That's so good. Okay. Now we'll overload her chest. Ammo capacity, elemental damage, hit rate. Bruh, we are winning. Alright, boots. Hit rate, crit rate, attack. Attack on the third line too. That is insane. That was such good luck. Yo, alright, so this is the only one that's like pee pee poo poo. So we're just going to change effects here on this. Hit rate and critical damage. That, I mean, yeah, it's still kind of not good. Let's try it again. Change effects. Critical damage. No, that's terrible. Max ammo. Okay, we'll change effects. I don't want to lock this because it's on the first line and max ammo isn't like super critical. So we'll just change effects again. There we go. Defense, hit rate, attack on the third line. Yes, change effects. And then I will lock this. And then reroll. We will keep effects. I mean, it's kind of whatever, but alright, we'll lock attack again. Hello? Yes, confirm. Alright, change effects. We got ammo. Nice. What's up, Dr. Eagles? Welcome to the stream. What cube do I recommend? Probably Bastion. But it kind of depends, right? Like, if you're fighting a boss that moves around a lot, or you don't have a lot of, like, ammo lines, you know, then you probably want to go Resilience. Or if you're fighting a more stationary boss, you do have ammo, Bastion's going to be good. But, you know, whatever your most leveled up cube is, that's the recommended cube. Okay. So we got attack, ammo, charge damage. We got crit rate, elemental, and ammo. Ammo, elemental, and hit rate. Hit rate, critical, and attack. So probably... What's the best thing to reroll at this point? Let's see, ammo and attack versus... We probably want to do this. I'm going to lock the attack one. We'll lock this one permanently. And then let's change effects here. Nope, we will keep effects. Change effects again. Keep effects. Change effects again. Hey, we got an ammo. Nice. Alright, change effects. And I think we'll lock this one. We're running out of resources here, but we'll try this, I don't know, one time. We'll change effects. Alright, well this will give us a very tiny CP boost, even though it doesn't actually do anything. So sure, we'll change effects. Is there anything else that we want to do here? I think we'll leave it at this, okay? So for now, I mean, I'll optimize even more eventually. But for our initial testing phase here, we got a ammo and attack. And then crit rate, elemental, and ammo. Ammo, elemental, and hit rate. And then ammo, charge speed, and attack. Those are some very respectable rolls for the moment. And we got her skills maxed out and her cube. Anything I want to open here? Oh yeah, let's limit break or core up Rosanna and Noise before we start our testing now. Noise getting to core 5. Hey, we hit over 50 concurrent viewers on YouTube. That is crazy. Thank you for all the views, guys. Shout out to Twitch. We also have 16 viewers on Twitch, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, that is a lot on Twitch because I'm kind of new to Twitch. So thank you. Big shout out to everybody over there on Twitch as well. If I could get a follow or a sub from each of you guys, that would be absolutely mega. I do appreciate you guys just hanging out with me, though. Okay, so what was our last one? Oh, Rosanna. Rosanna, I don't think is in the synchro. So she's way down here somewhere. Core 2 Rosanna. Telling you it's a sign. Maybe she'll be good with Summer Rosanna. Mihara, that is. Grab some rewards, and then we're going to record the testing video live right now. And then I do still have, again, the anniversary fund that you guys so generously donated to. So after we finish doing our testing, then we will make some more purchases. Grab this too. Did I already wipe out? Oh, I haven't even wiped out yet. Bro. Alright. Just leaving resources on the table. Yo, there's just too many red dots to click. Too many. My OCD is like, I have to click them all, I have to click them all, I have to get them. Alright. Oh my god, there's more from Drake. I thought I was done. I thought I was finally done. Okay. That's it. We're done. Alright, let me go over here to record. We are ready. I'll take a sip of water. Oh, actually, okay, here, before we record, let me make sure I have my team set up here. Oops, not members. Shooting range. So we will fight. So I think what I want to do, we're going to measure her power against Modernia and Rappy. And we'll use Leader and Grave. Dude, Mihara's already way up here on my power ranking. That's pretty cool to see. So this is going to be our initial testing setup, and then I'm also going to do a couple of other configurations. Okay. All right, here we go for the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to blah 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 blah. Another drink of water. Reset. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Goddess Victory Nikke video. It is time to do some testing with Mihara. You can see I got her to max limit break. She is looking incredible. And let me just show you the baseline of where we are checking her out from. You can see I have her highly invested already. She's way up here with some of my most powerful, most invested and optimized units. I have her at max limit break. I have her at affection rank 39. I purposely didn't go to 40 just so I could have the fun of talking to her for the next couple weeks, but that's going to be extremely minimal difference in her power. I also have her collectible at phase 10, so we're nearly all the way powered up there. And then I have all of her equipment overloaded, but did not have quite enough resources to start leveling it past the overloads. But was fortunate to get some great rolls on her as well. So I have an ammo capacity and an attack on the helmet. And then I have an ammo capacity and an elemental damage and hit rate on the chest. On her arms, I got crit rate, elemental, and ammo. And then on the boots, we got an ammo and an attack. So some very, very solid rolls to start out with. They can be optimized more. I will eventually get there, but I was starting to run out of custom modules. Skills, already all maxed out to all 10. And then on her cube, I gave her a level 14 Bastion cube, which is my highest level cube, and also I would recommend putting the Bastion cube on her. They're generally the best for MGs, although there is some variance depending on exactly what you're fighting in some cases. If you have a boss that moves around a lot, like that jumps off the screen, or if you have her paired with quick reload units like Crown, Privity, etc., you may want to consider Resilience. But we're going to be doing testing, so we're going to go in here to the shooting range. and we'll be fighting a Wind Weak boss, and here is the first testing lineup. So I'm going to be comparing her damage to Rappy and Modernia. Now both of these units are highly optimized for me and highly invested, as you can see. My Modernia is near perfect build. My Rappy is probably could have slight improvement, but is still very, very good and completely maxed out. These all have maxed out skills, equipment. So Mihara will be at a slight disadvantage with not having those level 5 overload equipment yet. But we'll see how she does anyway. I also want to then test her with, instead of using Grave, we will use her with Summer Rosanna because she is a great sustained damage buffer. And then I will also be testing with Crown just because Crown, right? Everyone's going to try and use her with Crown, so we'll be doing that as well. And then I will be doing a special interception, or rather anomaly interception run to see how much she helps on interception battles. So we'll go ahead and get started here, and then we'll kind of cut to the end of the testing so you can see the results. All right, here we go, guys. Welcome to anybody who just came into the stream, by the way. This is our first round of Mihara testing. By the way, I have a link to my Discord in the chat. All people are welcome to join. We got various channels on there for different gacha games. Nikke, of course, is the big one, but we also got Girls Frontline 2, Azure Lane, some other ones. PC builds channel. I just finished building my first ever gaming PC. It's a very high-end build. It was a ton of fun. That's my newest video that I just put out the other day, so check that out. It was a crazy experience. So predictions. What do we think? Oops. I just got rid of our sound there for a second. Dude, Mihara's effects are so good, and those kind of like spider arms that come out of her are pretty crazy. And the like dark energy coming off of her whole body, it looks crazy. This is what an overspec unit should look like. Rappy, unfortunately, was a little bit of a miss when it came to her design. I've seen some predictions for she'll be on par with Rappy. Dude, our burst fills so fast, it's so crazy. Dude, peak unit design. Hopefully this is peak power level 2. Dude, I love the whip effects on the enemy too. Like seeing the chains like slap them around. Alright, starting to record again. Ah! I just made chat full screen by accident. Okay, here we go. Alright, we are wrapping up our first round of testing here, and this looks like a very big number. The total damage isn't really relevant because I don't remember what the last team was that I tried with this, but it's already looking kind of crazy. The important thing here is what will be the comparative damage between Mihara, Rappy, and Modernia. We got 3 seconds left. Alright, mission clear. Alright, so it is a new all-time best score at 9.2 billion damage. Grave looking good in her new skin there. Let's see what the individual results are. Alright, Mihara coming in third. Okay, so strong. She's extremely close to Modernia. Kind of getting outdone by Rappy here, though. Now, Mihara is at a little bit of a disadvantage, like I said, because she doesn't have the equipment. She's at, you know, base level overloads, whereas Rappy and Modernia have those level 5 equipment. Also level 15 dolls versus I could only get Mihara's to level 10. So slight disadvantage there in stats. However, I mean, I don't know. I expected her to be a little higher. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's still very strong. Anybody that's even close to Rappy like this is still definitely worth the investment. But now we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to try putting in Summer Rosanna here really quick, just to see if she gets a lot of benefit from this. Now, our total damage is for sure going to go down, because my Summer Rosanna isn't buffed up that much. But if Mihara's goes up relative to Rappy and Modernia, we'll know she's getting a lot of benefit out of that sustained damage buff. Does burst order matter, like if she was second? It does, actually. I even pointed this out in my skill analysis. It's probably better to have her as burst, as your second burst, because of the way she restores. I forget what it is, if it's what kind of chains it is. Is it restraint chains? I forget which chains it is. But yes, having her as your second burst is the better way to do it. Okay, so we're actually going to do another test like this. So thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for reminding it to me. So we're going to see how this goes. So before we go to Rosanna, we'll see if this makes a difference. Yeah, she does a lot of damage when she dies. However, you're not going to be getting her insane burst damage. So it may be a trade-off. That's also going to be much more difficult to like do a controlled test to get it to work, to have her die. But we will be attempting that later on. And yes, we are going to be testing with Crown. Like I said, we're going to be testing with Grave and Crown and Rosanna. Dude, I like that Modernia with her skin kind of like has similar like design vibes with Mihara. Like they go really well together just from an aesthetic point of view. I have not tried her with Siren yet. That's kind of like not really relevant whether I use, you know, whatever my burst 1 isn't gonna really like change anything, because again we're looking at like relative differences between the burst 3s. So we're just going to use, rather than just like whatever the total damage we can get, right? How many pulls for MLB? Well, I use gold tickets, which is what I recommend you guys do. But I think I did 7 or 8 multis to get my first copy. Dude, the burst steal speed is so insane. Like, we're just like instantly into burst. We have like 2 seconds in between. Alright, I'm gonna start recording again. Alright, really quick before I see Rosanna, actually I was reminded that I need to try using Mihara as the second burst 3 because of the way her skill 1 works, I believe. Or it might be skill 2. I believe it's skill 1. The way she restores chains. I actually pointed this out in my skill analysis video as well and forgot about this. she may actually perform better in the second burst slot. So we'll see. It does look like our total damage is going up. So there could be some variance in here, but it is already an improvement. In our last test, we did 9.2 billion, and this time we did 9.6 billion, showing that our total damage did go up. Now, whether that's really going to affect the relative performance of Mihara versus the others, I don't know. Not really, which is kind of what I expected. This is pretty much the exact same rankings as we saw the last time, but we did get slightly better overall damage with putting her in that second slot. Okay, so now we're going to try it with Rosanna, and we'll do Crown after that. Okay, so we'll take out Grave. And... oh, I should have recorded how much Mihara did. Is it possible for anybody to go back a few seconds in the stream and tell me on that last test how much damage Mihara did? Because I need to be able to compare that. Let's go ahead and save, like, how much she did individually. Okay, we will start... Shift Up managed to rob me of 60 bucks once again for the skin. Hey, as long as you think it's cool and you have the money to spend, congrats. She did 2.5 billion. Okay. On her own. Okay. 2.58. Okay, okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys looking that up. Oh shoot, Deep Blue actually clipped it on Twitch. Went the extra mile, thank you. Getting that Rose buff upgrade from Rosanna. Took you about 70 pulls to get a copy of Mihara. Use gold tickets to MLB her. That is almost exactly the same as me. Good pulls, Dr. Hills. So again, overall damage is for sure going to go down here. But we want to see if there's an increase in damage for Mihara. Or even if it's not an increase, if she's close, because my Rosanna is not super invested anymore, I resetted her. I reset her? Not I resetted her. That could still indicate that she would be a very good partner for her with investment. Are there any sustained damage buffers? Yes, Summer Rosanna, that's why I'm using her. There is also Crust and our new free unit, Mori, but Summer Rosanna is a much better sustained damage buffer. That's why I'm using her. Alright, let me record. Okay, so we are now doing the test with Summer Rosanna as our burst 2. Again, remember our total damage is going to go down just because my investment in Summer Rosanna is much lower, but we're going to look and see what the damage on Mihara is specifically. So if Mihara is more or even very close to what she was doing before, this could indicate that Rosanna's sustained damage buff is very good for Mihara. Because I have very low investment in Rosanna, if I had more investment in her, it would be even better. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like We did 2.5 billion, 2.58 billion with Mihara on the last test, and this time we're doing 2.2. I mean, we're dropping lower. Now again, my Rosanna did get her skills reset, so we could in theory get more damage from her, but my Rosanna is still at level 4 skills. This does indicate that Rosanna is a relatively good pairing or buffer for Mihara. So if you don't have certain units, but you happen to have some Rosanna, and you're going into like a solo raid situation where you're making 5 teams, Summer Rosanna might be worth using. I think she is a decent option here. The fact that she was this close to getting the previous damage that we got with Grave. However, if you're someone who has all the units, it's not looking like Summer Rosanna is going to be good enough to really like make you put a ton of investment into that. So I'd be curious to see if anybody else did any results with a really invested Rosanna and see if you got something better. I'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment below. But I just think that like in general, buffing sustained damage isn't like super great. We're just going to get better buffs overall from other units. Okay, so our next test is going to be with Crown. All right, so now we're going to swap out Summer Rosanna and put in Crown and see if we can get something even better. You started after summer, so you're cooked till Rosanna returns. Yeah, I wouldn't sweat it that much. Fangor says, Rosanna buffing sustained damage isn't as desirable since Mihara has a sustained buff in her own kit. Yeah, she does come with her own buffs, which a lot of sustained damage units don't. So the percentage increase of sustained damage from Rosanna versus some other units that don't buff themselves is going to be lower. I should say the relative percentage increase. Hey, we broke 60 viewers. We had 61 viewers on YouTube. Welcome any brand new people. Appreciate you coming through. Also picked up some more viewers over on Twitch. I have a link to my Discord in the chat. Make sure you check that out. It's open to any Nikke communities and general like gacha game and PC gamers. As long as you're not a POS, then, you know, everyone's welcome to join. We are in the middle of doing Mihara testing, if you just came in. Also recording the YouTube video live. So what do we think? Is this going to be higher? Or was Grave the best way to go? Does she beat Asuka? Well, I have not compared her to Asuka, but we can do a test with Asuka. I would say yes, she's probably beating Asuka though. With how close she is to the people that we are testing her on, she's probably beating Asuka. Fangor says he thinks Crown will be best. I tend to agree. Crown is generally the best buffer for everybody. Sustained and distributed damages are different. So distributed means it divides the damage among the number of enemies on the screen. Sustained is like a damage over time effect. Alright, we are recording again. Now we're taking a look at the Crown team, and it looks like we're going to get very close to our best score with Grave. We might be just passing it right now. Did we break it? We did. We have a new best score by a very slim margin. It could be just variance there. but it's kind of looking like Crown might be our best buffer, but nearly tied with Grave. So let's go ahead and see what our individual results are. So this is showing that Crown benefits Mihara more than Grave does, because this time Mihara actually just barely out-damaged Mihara, which before she was our third best, just behind Mihara. So it's looking like Crown is going to be the better buffer for Mihara, which generally Crown is going to be the best buffer for everybody. So that's not terribly surprising. But yeah, we're getting even closer to approaching Rappy damage here. Also, as a reminder, Mihara doesn't have all level 5 overload equipment yet, so she can still get a little bit more stats. Okay, so Mihara is looking very promising. I think she's worth the investment. Now I'm going to do, hey, we just got a subscription on YouTube. Thank you. I made it into the YouTube video while we were streaming here live. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and also test her against Asuka. That was just requested here by chat. And then I will do a interception run. Am I testing this with Siren instead of Leader? I'm just using Leader to keep everything uniform. Again, like it won't change the relative damage of Mihara. Okay, so if we're going to test her with Asuka, we're going to take out Rappy and put in Asuka. Now, when I change to Asuka, should I keep in Crown or go with Grave? I feel like we probably just still want to keep in Crown. Four times MGs and Siren sounds fun. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think you might actually, like, be building burst too quickly. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, we want to keep it on Crown exactly, because we don't want to skew the results too much. That was my thinking as well. The point of testing is to reduce variables, right? So you'll see this in all my videos. I change as little as possible and try and make the results or the testing conditions as evenly favorable to all units as possible. Because otherwise, you know, it's like, okay, well, why was this unit better? Well, this person was getting a thing this other person wasn't getting, or whatever. So, again, we do want to keep things as universal. That way we can see the true performance of the unit that we are actually trying to test. Now, our total damage is for sure going to go down here because Rappy is no longer on the team. You're just clearing Tribe Tower. City Zion is just grinding the tower. That's what I did on the last stream. I was so far behind. I've been neglecting it. One minute left. Dude, you can definitely see the lack of damage because of Rappy has left. And Asuka is good. Like, Asuka is a very good attacker. But Rappy is just that insane, right? Fangor says this is kind of a bad comparison because Asuka provides buff to the other fire units. I disagree that this is a bad comparison. Of course, you will make her stronger, but, you know, that's the situation you're going to be using Asuka in, right? Like, she's always going to be with other fire units. So it's just kind of the nature of using her. Okay, so we're coming to the end of our Asuka test here. Now, will Asuka or Mihara be stronger? I think it's probably going to be Mihara. Our total damage, of course, went down because Rappy is no longer here, and Rappy is completely cracked. As good as Asuka is, she's not going to be able to compare. But let's go ahead and take a look at the individual damage stats. So, Mihara, looking really strong here. Actually, almost identical to Modernia. Now, we actually saw her slightly exceed Modernia in the previous test when we had her with Rappy and with Crown. Hey, thank you for the sub, Tomo. I appreciate it, getting in there on the YouTube video. So Mihara, we know, can actually be even slightly better than Modernia when, you know, the situation is exactly right for her. Now, as someone in chat pointed out here, Asuka is buffing the other fire units, but this is a pretty big gap here. Asuka is always going to be paired with other fire units, right? So that's just kind of the nature of her. Same with like Rey as well, you know, buffing fire units. You're just going to be using them with fire units, so it is what it is. I will say that the fact that, you know, Mihara hasn't, you know, just exceeded Modernia means that, you know, she's not getting any insane benefit from Asuka compared to others, which, I mean, we would expect because they're all fire units. They're all going to get kind of similar rates here. So that said, I think that Mihara is looking like a top 3 fire attacker, potentially top 2, probably just behind Rappy. But now we're going to go into an interception battle and see what we can do there. All right, guys, interception time. All right, so let's go back to the lobby. Yeah, I think the gap there between Asuka and Mihara was big enough to show that Mihara is the stronger attacker, regardless of buffs. Okay, so can we level up Mihara anymore? I did pick up like a few materials. Can we get to like level 1 on our helmet? Oops, not change effects. Upgrade. No, we can't even get to level 1. Okay, alright. Swifty1045 is following me on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And also, yo, I think we passed our goal. Let me check. Oh, we totally passed it. 2 follows goal. 2 follows ago for our goal. All right. Appreciate you guys. We passed our follow goal. We will initiate the new one. We're already 2 into it. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Okay. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like the stream. Definitely helps me out a lot. Helps with those, you know, algo things. All right. So I think it is... Yeah, Indivilia, that is weak to fire. Oh, can I not do mock battles? Can't. Oh, for a second I thought it wasn't going to let me do mock battles. I was like, what? Alright, so... what is really the ideal team here? I wonder... do we do a team... do a team like this? Is this craziness? I feel like this might be the best team here. You think I need healing? I probably need healing. Indivilia hits pretty hard. It's true. You actually got a Rainbow 10 ticket from the extra gotcha skin rolls they give you. Nice. Naga or Helm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Fastest burst rotation is going to help a lot. Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to try this. See if we can get away with it. We probably won't. And then we'll try it with a healer as well. Probably using Naga because I feel like that might be better than using Helm, but we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and do our mock battle. It's been a long time since I've fought Indivilia too, so I might fuck up and have to like restart. Dude, we're kind of obliterating her. Dude, did you see how quickly we destroyed the tail right there? That was crazy. The thing is, all of her random little lasers end up kind of adding up to a lot by the end of the fight. And even if you kind of survive all this stuff, oftentimes towards the end, people start going down because you just accumulate damage from her little laser attacks. He's jumping. Destroy the claw. Destroy the tail. I said he, it's she. She is jumping. Rappy is looking low there. I feel like I'm gonna mess up on the QTE for Indivilia. It's been a long time since I fought her. All right, phase 2. Ooh, we made it. Okay. Dude, Rappy is on the brink of death. Oh, we can get to tier 7. This will be my best score yet. I've never gotten to tier 7 with her. Rappy went down. We hit tier 7. So we have to do a last-minute burst with Modernia, unfortunately, for the last few seconds there. Okay, so we almost got away without a healer here. That was a very risky fight. Indivilia is notoriously tough. One of the stronger interception bosses. But I hit tier 7 here for the first time ever. And if we take a look at the individual stats, Rappy was the rock star here, of course. Even after she died first. But Mihara was absolutely helpful there. Of course, Little Mermaid was helping us out as well. Point being, I would grab both Little Mermaid and Mihara. I think they are definitely both worth pulling and both worth investing in. Let me know what your experience with Mihara has been. Let me know what specific tests you guys have done. Mihara is good. I think it only goes up from here. Like I said, I can still upgrade her equipment more. That said, she's not like the newest, best thing that's like blowing everything else out of the water, but she is definitely an SS tier attacker that is up there with the best of them. Looking like most likely the second best fire attacker in the game. very close to Modernia there, who's probably kind of in third place. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, and I will catch you guys in the next video or stream. Peace. All right. Mihara's looking good. Not as busted as I was expecting. I thought she was probably going to be even higher damage than Rappy, and I don't think she's going to get there even when I max out her equipment to level 5. But still extremely good. Extremely good. Yeah. Yeah, I did think about the fact that during that QTE, I could have used the focus fire from Siren. It probably would have made me go through the QTE like a second sooner. Who would you dupe? You mean between Siren and Mihara? Possibly Siren. If you're only going for one, even though I put in my dupes into Mihara, Siren may actually be the better one to put your dupes into if you're choosing between the two. Fangor says, looking at the results from this, you'd maybe even say if you were choosing who to roll dupes on, maybe Siren is the best performer out of the two. Yeah, I agree. I think that Siren is the slightly more impressive character in this event. Mihara is still very, very good, and I think is a must-pull unit, but maybe worth a little bit more investment if you're choosing to go into Siren. Did we already test what happens if Mihara dies in combat? We have not, so I'm going to attempt to test this, but that's going to be a struggle. Very good unit, but not broken, yes. Should you max out her skills? I mean, yeah, probably. If you have the materials, I would max her out. I mean, again, like second best fire attacker in the game. I think that means she is worth maxing out. Siren will be used in a lot more content. Yeah, Siren's going to be more universally helpful. Whereas Mihara is, you know, a fire attacker. You know, Siren is the best burst one in the game in basically every situation. Siren the GOAT, yeah. Would Mihara perform better if she had dupes or just a little better? So mine is completely duped out. So yes, she will perform better with dupes, but with any unit, not just Mihara, it's going to be fairly marginal differences. The biggest gain that you get from units is leveling their skills. The second biggest gain is going to be from leveling their equipment. And then probably your dolls. And then the next thing is going to be dupes. Like, dupes is going to be the lowest impactful power increase. Now, it does matter, but other things matter even more. All right, let's do our free Siren pull. I kind of forgot that that was a thing that I had. All right, here we go. First dupe of Siren. Usefulness aside, there are two very big reasons why Mihara should have dupes. This is true. Change! No, all right. Siren has failed me again, but we did pull Mihara on Siren's banner. What overload line should you get for her? Just the regular 4 elemental, 4 ammo? 4 elemental for sure, and then I would prioritize attack and then ammo. Yes, that's your ideal rolls. Yeah, putting in a crit or hit rate is like not a bad idea. You know, if you're really like, you know, almost nobody is going to optimize literally every single line though. So focus on getting, you know, just as many attack, elemental, and ammo as you can. Why do I have an alert here? Oh, there's free ones in the ticket shop, right? I forgot about this. All right, let's do our other free poll here. I forgot that there's the free one and then the free tickets that you can still buy as well. Yan teasing us there, almost thinking we got a purple reward. Three ammo lines tend to be good enough for almost all characters. Yeah, I mean, you start to get diminishing returns, right? It gets to the point where, like, you already just don't have to reload. So then, like, getting more ammo isn't really relevant. Ooh, hey, look at this. We got an equipment box. That's pretty good. All right. BRB, I'm going to go grab some more water. Give me just a second.
조용히 깊게 쏙박시켜줘.
All right, we are back. Cheers, everybody. Hydrate. Okay, so what can we do next? Let's get into the event. Or should I try and engineer a situation where she dies? I just don't even know how to actually test this without just doing like a ton of runs and just, you know, like hoping she dies to a boss at some point. If chat has any suggestions on the best way to test her damage on death, because it is a real thing that is kind of a cool mechanic of hers, let me know. I think her death damage is fake as hell. I mean, we'd like to find out, right? We'd like to find out. It's a thing that's in her kit, so, you know. All right, let's go to the bulletin board. I think, as I said in my skill analysis, it's a little bit more of like a bonus safety net rather than like a strategy you want to go for, because, you know, even if she does a lot of damage while she's dead, you're missing all the burst damage she's doing. So I feel like it's still going to be worse than her being alive. That's kind of my take on it. But again, if we can get it to actually happen, that would be good. Reset her to level 1. Get out of here. Outside of PvP seems kind of hard to test. Definitely. Alright, from the haze of her memory, Mihara calls a counseling session with someone she misses dearly. I don't mind if other people give me a wide berth, but it upsets me a lot when they avoid uni. Do you find being around uni uncomfortable? No, honestly I haven't given it much thought. Well, not necessarily, but we'll say no. Oh, what it must have felt like when I heard that response. I felt incredibly touched. His answer showed me that he sees Uni for who she is, without any preconceived bias. Isn't that right, Uni? Mihara smiles as she watches Uni tilt her head in confusion. Dang, it's such a sad, tragic story with Mihara. Alright, we're gonna advise Mori. We haven't done any of our advising sessions yet. And like I don't know, the thing is in PvP, I feel like it's not relevant because the matches go by so fast. Like sustained damage is better the longer it happens, right? So if your match only lasts for like 4 seconds, then it's like doesn't even have a chance to really do much. Actually, there is something I want from you. I don't have any ulterior motives. That's what everybody says. Alright, what was I supposed to do? Just be like, yeah, I'm trying to get something from you, apparently. Yeah, Rosanna doesn't want me getting myself hurt. She's like, yes, just call the police. Don't get involved. Although, apparently we can just miraculously heal from anything, so she shouldn't be worried about us. Electric shock sounds cool. I think it's pretty cool. Typing with your feet isn't cool, but your squad name is cool. Your Mihara hasn't been leveled yet. You'll try to see what happens when she dies. Alright. Dude, getting that tier 7 on Indivilia was pretty huge. Like previously, even getting tier 6 was very difficult. Like the only safe clear was tier 5 in the past. Dude, 10 of these a day takes a while. What do we got? 2 more. Talk to Anne. And Yan. Yan and Anne rhymes. Alright, that was everything. Cool. Your Mihara hasn't been overloaded. Oh wait, sorry, I already read that chat. Alright. Alright, do we do everything here, I guess? Grab some of these. So we still need to do simulation. Oh, okay. Actually, we need to make the purchases. Okay, so we have the anniversary fund. So we need to buy some things. Oops, that's the wrong thing. So we currently have left in the anniversary fund. Let me double check. We have $22.78. So I think buying the mission pass here for Cinderella is what we want to do. Oh, maintenance is here, guys. I gotta go. I will BRB, but this might take a few minutes. Thank you for your patience. All right, that was extremely fast. Literally, we're good to go now. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, I thought that was going to take a lot longer than it did. Like, okay. Naturally, understandably, people left after that because I made it sound like I might be gone for like the next 15 minutes. But it's all good. I'm going to keep going. What was I going to test here? I think I would... Oh, I was talking about what I was going to purchase. That's right. So we do have the anniversary fund. There's not really anything that can be bought for like $2.78. I mean, if we go to the cash shop, I don't... Is there literally anything that can be bought? I mean, okay, so we do have the 99-cent pack here. I think that's the only thing that can be purchased. Because everything else is going to be at least like $5. Yeah. Okay. So, I think we're just going to have to count the remaining $2.78 as a general donation to the channel. I really appreciate it. I don't want anybody to feel like their donations were wasted. I'll tell you right now, all the donations you guys give me goes back into the channel in one way or another to help me make better videos, you know, upgrade my equipment, whatever it may be, you know, just keeping things going. So again, I hope that people don't feel like I'm wasting that last amount of money, even though I said it was for the anniversary fund. But we are going to use 20 of it here on the Cinderella Pass right now. And again, huge shout out to everybody who gave us the anniversary fund that was originally like 90-ish dollars, like 90 something dollars. So thank you so much. I'm going to hide my screen so you guys can't see my my payment info, obviously. Purchase pass for Cinderella. Let's see. Yes, we'll use this. Oh, I gotta put in my zip code. Waiting for purchase. It's thinking. Purchase was successful. Okay. Bring back the game. And there we go. We got the mission pass. So we'll have to wait, obviously, like several days, like another, 2 weeks until we can finally get this skin. But it looks good. For those of you that don't know, Cinderella is one of my favorite nikkes in the game. Snow White is number 1, and then Nihilister and Cinderella round out my top 3. So I'm a huge fan of Cinderella's original design, but this one is still fun. I do like it, and I kind of do agree that I like it a bit more than the... Yo, dang, I didn't realize how translucent this dress was. But I kind of... Shift Up knows what they're doing. I do kind of like this better than the Gotcha skin. And the Gotcha skin was honestly very high quality. And I can see the appeal of it. And again, it was cool that she had like the blue eyes on the Gotcha skin. But just the design in general didn't really appeal to me. And I think I do prefer this one. So yeah, we'll definitely put that on Cinderella when the time comes. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks to the anniversary fund, we were able to get both the Cinderella Pass as well as the Grave Pass, and then of course the Gotcha skin for Little Mermaid, which looks beautiful as well. So thanks so much, guys. I always appreciate the continued support. Okay, so where does that leave us? Let's see. It says the kit says that if an enemy dies, the skill takes effect that deals damage to all enemies. It doesn't look like anything happens when she dies. So this was kind of a question with her kit. So let's read through this, because The skill announcement translations are notoriously unreliable. And I brought this up in that video too, where it was like, it sounds like she does a lot of damage if she dies, but let's see. So activates if the caster's cast blah 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 blah. We're looking for trigger effects here. Okay, full burst, entering the battle. Let's see, 40 normal attacks. Activates when, this is the thing, activates when self is incapacitated. Affects the target in ensnaring chains. Stat count of ensnaring chains goes up. So this is in skill 2, this is the like damage if she dies effect. Activates when self is incapacitated. So that's what in theory will do good damage if she's knocked out of the battle. But again, testing that, we'd kind of just have to see when it happens, right? And we don't know exactly what incapacitated means either. However, it probably dies. You know, I just don't know what else that could mean. The other thing it could mean is like when she's restrained by like those tractor beam enemies. That's possible. Because that would kind of make sense. They've never used that specific language before. And then if that's the case, it's a very niche skill, which I mean, it's still cool. I mean, all right, it works, but it's very niche. Ooh, let's open up this piece of equipment. Abnormal chest. And a sticker. They would say stunned if that was the case, yes. So I don't think it's stunned, because stunned is its own unique thing, right? Versus the, like, dudes that send out the beam that restrict you, that's different than being stunned. So that could be incapacitated. Yeah, like those chain bots, exactly. Okay. Let's do whatchamacallit. Simulation room. Make sure that gets out of the way. Otherwise I'm gonna forget about it. Quick simulation room. Skip buff selection. And let's adjust our team here, just for the fun of it. Let's go with Siren and Mihara and Rappy. There we go. It makes literally no difference what units I use on this. I would still clear it, but there are a lot of bosses that stun you, yes. Not a lot that do that, like, grabbed on chain effect, though. Yeah, normally they do kind of, like, highlight, like, keywords, like, terms like that. So it is interesting that they didn't do that for this. In simulation. Ooh, we got ranking rewards. It's less than exciting, but sure. Arena, get this out of the way. I already cheered for top 4 this morning. It was the highlight of my day. Champions Arena is super good, best game mode ever. Is there anybody I can beat here? Maybe. Everybody is OP. Could I beat Chief? Maybe I could beat Chief. Maddie SP looks like someone I could beat, but I frequently lose to him. Maybe Shade. Trusty. Trusty, I think, is my best target. He's rank 15, too. Glutton will do that as a solo raid. Does he? Does Glutton do like a incapacitate? Incapacitate. We don't know if that's actually what that means. Does he do like an effect that like grabs your unit like that? I don't remember like what his attacks looked like. I feel like, you know, that fight went by so fast. Like, who knows? Alright, who... Alright, I think we probably... I think we line them up like this. This is kind of a 50-50. I don't know. We might lose this. Hopefully we can win. Hopefully we can win. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if the next solo raid boss was tailor-made to be, you know, like, good for Mihara. All defeats. Dang, we did not even win a single one of those rounds. Dang, alright. Well, who else can we fight? There was another person that was close. Maddie SP. We can try this, but this is another one that's like... Seems like I should be able to win, but oftentimes I actually lose it. It's taking this long time to load. Still took a loss there. Alright. I'm definitely lagging behind on levels because I have a ton of boxes that I haven't opened. Because I don't want to open them until after I clear chapter 38. Pick up some easy wins here for Rookie Arena. I think if I go through Tribe Tower, that might be my best way to see if we can find enemies that will do, like, the so-called incapacitate thing. If we're, like, you know, because I feel like it's probably when she dies. But we'll try and find both situations. A Redditor says when she dies, everything with the chain on her gets 20 stacks of chains. I mean, that was my initial impression. That's what I think is the most likely thing to be correct. But again, trying to engineer a situation where she dies is difficult. Yeah, I mean, it'll just be the normal chains effect, right? But they just get the extra stacks of them. Alright, we got Tetra Tribe Tower. Do I want to modify this team at all? I don't think so. We'll stick with it. Let's do a quick survey for all the YouTube viewers. Twitch will soon get to participate in these things. I think we're hitting our goals. Huge shout out to all of you. But we're going to start a poll. Did you MLB Mihara? We'll have yes, no, just one. Didn't pull her at all. or you got cores. All right, start poll. Next stage.
다들 얼굴 찡그리지 마세요.
Fangor says you did minus 800 mileage to MLB. Okay. So you didn't even pull for her at all? You just went straight to gold tickets and got all 4 of them that way, huh? Sadly, you had enough gold tickets to just gems to pull for more than 1 copy. You did 80 and did nothing? Oh, I see. Okay. 80 pulls and didn't get her. And then you just use your gold tickets? That's unfortunate. City Ziome is still saving for Stellar Blade. Dang, that's dedication. I mean, I feel like missing out on Little Mermaid and Mihara doesn't feel great. $1,000 mileage still in the bank? Nice. Yeah, I mean, despite having MLB'd Mihara and gotten my Little Mermaid, I'm still feeling pretty ready for Stellar Blade. Because I'm going to build up a ton of gold mileage while I'm pulling for them. And I still have like 70,000 gems, and I'm only going to get more over the next month. Might flip a coin to see if you get some Siren cores. Alright, 3 easy clears on our Tetra Tower. Welcome, anybody who just came into the stream. Okay. So I think the best way to try and get Mihara to die... This is kind of ridiculous. She needs to be probably... Oops. In the center and our highest attacker. So, let's see, what is her attack stat? 19.6. What is Ray's? Oh, Ray's is higher. Asuka? Ooh, Asuka's is almost exactly the same, but slightly lower than Mihara. Let's just go safer. Let's go for just some more not as invested units. 19.2. Dude, hers is already very high, but... how about Maid Privity? Also 19.2. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, how about 2B? Yo, we'll get some 2B action in here. Okay. We'll use 2B. Oh, no, but she's going to increase her attack a bunch with her buffs. Let's not do that. Alright, you know what? Maybe we just go for our shotgun units. We'll do this. Okay, so we're going to... The goal here is for Mihara to die. And it is her skill 2. Is skill 2, right? Yeah, so activates himself as incapacitated. Affects targets in ensnaring chain. Stack count goes up by 20. Okay. So we need to see if Indivilia gets 20 stacks of ensnaring chains if Mihara dies. This is going to be a little tricky. So we'll just do a mock battle. The reason why I put on like lower attack units is just because I think having Mihara in the middle with the highest attack is going to make her more likely to take damage. Which Stellar Blade characters will run? Well, we have no idea, but presumably it'll be Eve. And then it will probably be Tacky, and then possibly another important character that I don't want to talk about in case people haven't played the game yet. And there's even a possibility of a fourth character as Lily. Lily might be like our free character. So we're just autoing this. Again, I'm not going to destroy the tail. I probably shouldn't have used Crown here, actually, because Crown is going to keep defending us more. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll still do this, though. SR will be the shop scorer. Yeah, exactly. I think Lily will be our free unit. Okay, Mihara died. Oh, snap. Okay. It worked. So, how can we see the stacks of ensnaring chains on Indivilia? I wasn't expecting this to happen so quickly. Okay, let me see. There's like no indication of like the stacks on the enemy. Did they get stacks? I feel like it doesn't have stacks. I mean, it's not taking damage even though we're undercover. It's possible it wasn't already in ensnaring chains, and that's why like there was no stack count to increase. God, it didn't look like anything happened. I should have checked to see if the damage raised for Mihara. You're right. Okay. Let's retry that. Let's go again. Watch, Mihara like never gets killed again. That'd be really annoying. I thought there would be a little icon on the boss showing that it was being affected by ensnaring chains. And I was also not paying attention to what was happening at all. Because I just didn't expect it to work that quickly. Just be a low level to die? No. You can die pretty easily on this. Because I've never really seen any, like, indication of ensnaring chains on the boss, like, visually speaking. Okay. So Mihara went down again. We have 431 million damage. Let's pause again. 431 million. Yeah, this damage number is not changing for Mihara. Kind of indicates that incapacitated is not dying or being disconnected. Interesting. So, did something just go wrong here? It's possible it just didn't have ensnaring chains on it before, so the stacks didn't get added. I don't know. Seems kind of sus. What a scam. So I think maybe let's get out of cover here. We'll die. So there is the possibility that it just didn't have the stacks to get increased to begin with. Or disconnecting / dying is not what incapacitated means. So now I think what we're going to do is go to Tribe Tower and try and find a stage where they have those enemies that incapacitate you. So we're gonna use the same team. I think that was a pretty good one for this particular test. And we'll try it. And again, we just have to find a stage that has those enemies. It's kind of my best guess as to what that means, since it seems like her dying didn't do anything. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, guys. Let me know if any of you guys have personally seen results. This is going to turn into like an unintentional tower grind stream again. It's probably going to take forever to find one of those stages. Like, they're some of the most annoying enemies to fight, but now that I'm trying to find them, there like won't be any. Yes, it says she gives 20 stacks when she's incapacitated. What we're trying to do is figure out exactly what incapacitated actually means, because it doesn't seem like it did anything when she died. Philip says nuke on death, you heard? Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't seem to do anything when she died. We just tested it twice on Indivilia, and it did not look like it got stacks. Oh my god, aim at the boss. Mihara just died. So again, you know, is damage going up from Mihara? 55 million. Oh, it is going up now. Oh, look at this. Okay, 57 million damage from Mihara. 58 million. It is working. It is working. Okay, so when Mihara gets incapacitated, meaning that she disconnects or dies, the stacks do work. So this is from her skill 2, where she's incapacitated. She gives 20 stacks of the chains. When we tested this a second ago against a boss, I think it was because the boss didn't have stacks to begin with, and so it couldn't increase the stacks. Whereas in this case, it looks like we had stacks on the enemy, and so even after she's dying, we can see that damage is going up for Mihara. Okay, well, that solves that mystery. I have to say, this is still like a very niche thing here. Yeah, for the few seconds that it lasted after Mihara went down, we went from 57 million to 59, almost 60 million damage. Is this worth purposely getting Mihara killed? I don't think so, because you're missing out on all of your burst damage and just normal damage you're getting from Mihara. But again, this is kind of like just a little bonus that if she goes down, she's still going to be able to help you out a little bit. I don't think going for a purposeful death strategy is really what you want to be doing. But let me know if you've gotten better results. Well, now we know what that does. So I think the fact that, like, not only does she have to die, but you have to make sure they already have existing stacks on them for it to trigger when she dies, makes it very niche and not super great. New PvP team? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Again, sustained damage is good if the fight goes long, and PvP fights go by super fast. I'm not going to say it couldn't work, and maybe if you're in Champions Arena, you know, trying to make 5 teams, it's possible. I don't know. If somebody shows me results, if they're like, hey, look at this, show me a recording of your fight, and if Mihara is, you know, wiping the floor with bitches, let me know. I'm open to it, you know? Like, I tend to say that that's not going to be super viable. Hey, look at that. We're going to pick up our copy of Drake here. I just think PvP fights go by too quickly, but, you know, results speak for themselves. If somebody shows me the data where that's good, then that's cool. I would love to see it. So what's the verdict on Mihara? Broken or mid? Neither one. Very strong top tier attacker, but not the most broken unit ever. She's still being beaten by Rappy. But I'll put up my video of full testing on her right after the stream. Mihara or Modernia? They're very close. Looks like Mihara has a bit of an edge. Okay, so I got some custom modules with that Drake reward. So we can optimize a little more, potentially. We can try a reroll. I can go for elemental damage here. Or is there one where I can lock one? Ammo. Let's see, I could lock both of these and reroll the top one. Or keep going on this. Let's reroll this. Let's reroll this. See if I can get something better than that charge speed. No effects. We'll keep them. You say lock the attack and elemental on the helm and reroll? I don't know. Let's see. I've got ammo here, ammo here. Oh, well, okay. I do have 3 ammos already. So I could get rid of that ammo. That's true. That's a valid point. That might be best. That said, I already have these locked and charge speed does nothing. So I think this is still going to be the first thing that I try to reroll. Just to try and get something better here. Nothing. Both will be rerolled eventually. Alright, here's our last one. Nothing. Okay, alright. It's gonna be a long road to get this, like, completely optimized. Wasn't expecting her to be better than Rappy, but being top 5 or 10 DPS is nice to see. Yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah. She's very strong. Do I have anything more in the inventory to open? Get that core dust. Oh, Drake. I never limit broke Drake. All right. I got the copy of Drake. Poor Drake needs her moment. Where's she at? One of the funniest characters in the game that I never built because I always had somebody else that I was prioritizing more. Kind of feel bad about it because Drake is a strong character and I just like her. She's funny, but I don't know. The stars never aligned for her. Why can't I find her? This is like something I'm notorious for, like not being able to find units. Here we go. Here's my Drake. We can core for her. Here we go. Villain power increased. Oh, something else that I need to do is go to... Who did I change my equipment with? That's a dumb question. But there was somebody that I took equipment off of to give to Mihara. Let me see. Let's go to missileless units only. And then I put a pilgrim piece of gear on them, which I don't want to keep on them. Is it Laplace? No. I have 4 lines of ammo on my Mihara. Yeah, Drake was on your teams for the early game. Drake was an extremely good character. Very solid, very universally good on launch of the game. All right, we're just going to go through this. Oh, no, it had to be an attacker. Okay, so it had to be a missileless attacker. Okay, this isn't that many units to look through. Maybe it was Tronny. Yep, it was Tronny. Okay, so we're going to unequip this. Do I have a generic one to give her yet? I don't. Okay, so she'll just... I need to remember that I need to put a generic glove on her. Or a missileless one if I get another one, of course. I just don't want that pilgrim one on her. Okay. Did I do everything in Arc? Why do I have a notification? Oh, it's because of Lost Sector. We're not touching that right now. I thought it was Soda for a second too, actually, Sophia. That was kind of like in my head for some reason. Also, it's Sophie, not Sophia. My bad. Okay, let's go to the event. You chose to build Sugar over Drake. That was kind of what I did too. I was a bigger fan of Sugar, and Sugar was a little bit better in the Gravedigger fight, which initially is where Shotgun's shown the most. So then it kind of meant that I never got around to building Drake. Your Drake got banished? Dang, you reset her. Now that, I mean, Drake is possibly one of the most consistently relevant units in the whole game. Like, she's never been absolute top tier, but has been usable basically the entire time. Because, like, just when she was, like, really falling off and kind of not relevant for a few months, then they gave her a treasure. And now, again, she's, like, solid. Alright. Challenge. Yeah, Soda can do some decent heals. One of my friends had Soda as their main healer for like a long time. Because it took them a long time to actually get one of the like top tier healers. Alright, story 2. It's story time, guys. Drake was her first core 7. Nice. Couldn't get copies of Snow White from the body label store. You focused on Drake as your joint favorite unit. That's respectable. Yeah, she also buffs Snow White. Because, like, back in the day, we were kind of starved. There weren't that many units that gave just, like, universal attack buffs. And Drake was one of those few units. You just got her favorite item yesterday? Nice, congrats. First favorite item is a big milestone. And Drake is, like, particularly as a new player, Drake is so worth investing in with the Drake event happening. It's just, like, a no-brainer to build her. This looks really cool, by the way. For Story 2, with Mihara, Uni, and Mori, like, reaching down here, like, through the bubble. Like, dude, this is some epic art. Although I have to say, like, who is actually upside down here? Because everybody's hair is going in the proper direction. So, because look, like, Siren's hair is going down, Mihara's hair is going down, Mori's hair is going, like, no, like, gravity is pulling in two different directions here. Vermouth Olive is avoiding spoilers, but thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for coming through. Have a good rest of your day. Yo, look at Mihara. MLB wallpaper right here in the event. Huge W for those that aren't able to MLB Mihara. Okay, so who do we use? Who are our new bonus units? Obviously Mihara. We're going to use her anyway. We'll also use Little Mermaid. And frankly, we could just stop there. We have enough bonus units. If you're new to the game, getting past 100% doesn't increase your rewards, but you want to get to 100%. So I could use whoever at this point, but we are going to use Mori because she's story relevant. And we'll use Uni just because we'll put her in there. Do we just not do... Oh, no, we do have a full burst. I was going to say, maybe we'll just not even worry about full burst. And then we'll use Cinderella because, you know, Cinderella. One of my favorites. And she's like story relevant adjacent. Look at the power requirement. Recommended 2,100. That's hilarious. I could go in here with like one unsynced unit. Fangor says, my luck went through the roof on Mihara doll. 5 blue kits to get to R15. That's insane. And then 1 yellow kit to get to 10 on the SR. Wow. That is amazing luck. Remember when I first opened my eyes? An infinite black void. All that stared back at me was cold seawater and endless bits and bobs from the surface, which Gluttony had swallowed, as well as the red core. At first, I used my abilities to try every possible method of escape. I tried shooting bubbles at the core. I tried using my Kododama. None of it worked. Gluttony was different from ordinary raptures. It was moving by primal instinct alone. Alright, thanks for coming through, Fangor. See you later. The result was that my Kododama had no effect on it. Gluttony seemed to prioritize its urge to consume above all other instincts. When it exhausted my possible means of escape, I started to become afraid. Was I going to die in this place? Once I was digested, what kind of attack would Gluttony unleash on the outside world? What would happen if Gluttony found out about the nature of my bubbles? Was I doomed to fail once again without achieving anything? It was at that moment that I remembered a promise I'd once made. She told me that from now on, our story was no longer one of failure, but a fairy tale. One with a happy ending. I became determined not to give up. Our friends were surely out there, trying their best in order to keep their promise too. I could not give up. I had to struggle with all my might. In order to keep myself alive, I had to create more bubbles. I expanded the protective bubble around myself in order not to be detected by Gluttony's core. I gathered surrounding remnants from surface and created a space where I could live. I crafted a tree out of bubbles, fabricated a workshop, and built all the places where I lived with you guys. I also made dolls that resembled my friends. It's kind of creepy, but I guess it's a way for her to like not forget what they look like and launch them up to the surface. I hope that someday perhaps my friends would encounter these. Oh, okay. So it's like a signal and come looking for me. I continued making bubbles and launching them up to the surface. Again and again, I did this. I waited for a long time. At times, the loneliness was excruciating. Dude, she was there for 70 years. I considered giving up more than once. But even in the deepest depths of my despair, I longed to see my friends. I wanted to uphold a promise I made that day. So I strengthened my resolve countless times and pushed on. Then you guys came, swallowed whole by gluttony. I was terribly worried. But paradoxically, I was ecstatic to finally have company. Yeah, that's totally understandable. During my time alone, I learned how to control my Kododama. And being able to talk, laugh, and live with you all filled me with ineffable joy. That's how much you all mean to me. Your presence here was a gift. And now she's alone again! I'm not afraid of the end anymore. I'm no longer scared. I'm no longer lonely. So she's gonna give up? Mori opens her eyes. Dude, they're in the hospital now.
일어나셨습니까? 누구? 처음 뵙겠습니다. 에베말 스쿼드 소속의 마나라고 합니다.
All right. So will reinforcements be sent? Or will Cinderella get them out before that's even a thing? Alright, we're going to actually hold off on doing the next stage. I'm going to go to the minigame. But we do have a post-stage story here. Are you Mori from the Incubator Squad? Yes. Where am I? This is Reclamation Site 01. It's the first area we've successfully reclaimed. What am I doing here? Or just brought you back here. Dude, the minigame is hard. Are Mihara and Uni? They're outside. Mori! Mihara! What happened to Gluttony? Where's Siren? Gluttony left. No. Is there any way we can follow it? We need to save Siren. It's possible for us to track it, but we have to hurry before it gets too far. Dude, what are they gonna do? We can't do that. What? We can't go. Do you hear what you're saying? Don't you want to save Siren? Of course I do. But tracking Gluttony is impossible. Mori, do you know what kind of rapture Gluttony is? No, I don't, and I don't care. No, this is something you need to know. Siren risked her life to save your own. Can't let you rush headlong into danger. If you end up throwing your life away recklessly, all of Siren's sacrifice will be in vain. It's a good point. It's a good point. Gluttony appeared during the first Rapture invasion, a Tyrant-class Rapture. After humanity went to the Ark, it rarely showed up. And so only information we have is from the beginning. It consumed an ICBM intended to destroy the lift, then expelled all that energy back and launched the site utterly decimated. From that point on, humanity stopped using large-scale armaments against Raptures. That's probably why Siren insisted on staying behind. A gluttony digests an AA pillar and the energy contained within it. This entire region would be wiped off the map. Dude, gluttony is kind of like an existential threat. Is it really that dangerous? Yes, it is.
그런 거에게 우리가 먹혔던 거야. 살아나온 건 사실 천운에 가깝다고 봐야 해.
It's a miracle that we were able to get out alive.
그걸 다시 상대하러 가겠다니. 할 수 있겠니?
You sure you can do that? You're afraid of fighting? Run-of-the-mill ordinary raptures. When you stand in front of gluttony, are you sure you won't lose your nerve? Besides, this isn't a problem with which we can solve with willpower alone. Even if you are willing to risk your life, you most likely won't be able to make a dent in that beast. You'd be throwing away your life. Mihara is pretty smart. Like, she has a very mature and reasonable outlook on a lot of things. It's a bitter pill to swallow. But there are some things in which we are powerless to change. This is one of them. You can't do this, Mori. You must give it up. The best thing for us now to do is rest. In the meantime, we can take our time to mull this over. Yeah, I mean, they need some kind of real strategy.
나도 알아. 가면 죽는 거. 아무것도 못하고 죽을
I might
수
die
있다는
without being
거.
able to do anything.
특히나
Especially since we've talked about me, someone who's afraid to even regular raptures.
글루틴이 앞에서 아무것도
I realize
못하겠다는
I'd be
거
powerless
알아.
against something like gluttony.
그게 맞지. 나 같은 인큐베이터에 소속된
The right thing for a weak Nikke to do is give up.
맞지.
Okay, I think that was the wrong message to take away. Okay, never mind. She still has it. I can't get it out of my head. I can't abandon her.
버리는 일 같은 거 아무리 생각해도 못하겠어.
She was the first person that told me I was glad I was alive.
죽어도 잡아먹혀도 녹아내려도
Even if I get chewed up,
가고 싶어.
I want to go save her.
죽음을 재물 삼아 살아간다고
I can't
생각하니까
live knowing that
내가 더는 살 수
she gave up
없을
her
것
life for
같아.
mine.
그러니
Mori kneels in front of Yunia Mihara.
모리
Mori, please,
제발
just this once, could you help me?
한 번만 도와줄 수 없을까?
I mean, what are they gonna do? They have to come up with like a real
내가
plan.
너희에게 용서받을 수 없는 짓을 했다는 거 알아. 지금 이 부탁이 얼마나 염치 없는 일인지 내가 할 건 부탁이 아니라 용서를 비는 거라는 거 잘 알고 있어. 그러니 뭐든 할게. 나와 같이 가준다면 내가 뭐든 할게.
I'll do anything.
죽으려면 죽고 살려면 살고.
Put my life entirely in your hands. If you tell me to submit to false report, I'll do it. I will give you anything and everything.
어떤 일이든 전부 시켜. 다 할게. 대신 죽으려면 언제든지 죽을게.
If you want me to die in my place, I'm willing to do it. So please,
한 번만
help me.
도와줘. 난
Dang,
가진
this girl
힘도
is so desperate.
능력도 인맥도 아무것도 없어서 이렇게 빚는 것 말고는
All I can do is beg.
할 수 있는 게 아무것도 없어. 그러니 제발 한 번만.
Here I am on my knees, begging you for help.
도와줄 수 없을까?
Help me chase after gluttony. Please.
이렇게 될 것 같았어.
I knew this would happen.
애정을 받은 아이들은
Once someone has been shown love, they'll never give up. Mihara and Yuni look at Mori.
사랑스럽고
Such affection,
안쓰럽게도.
such sorrow. Cool?
좋아. 어쩔 수
I
없지.
suppose we don't have much choice, do
우리가
we?
그렇게까지 각오가 되어
If you're that
있다면
determined, Mori,
구하러 가자.
let's go save Siren.
대신 아무 생각 없이
We can't rush in without a
모든
plan. Yeah.
글러트니를 제압할 조금의 단서라도 찾고 움직여야 해. 그렇지
Yeah, they need to know like what its weakness
세이브를
is, right?
구하러 가는 게
The
아니라
fact that like it couldn't even be damaged
죽으러 가는 것
on its
같지.
core when inside of it is kind of crazy.
그렇게 할게. 가자.
Alright
지혜를
then,
빌리라.
let's go see what we can find. Dude, Mihara, like I said, she's like so like has a very like measured and like mature response to things, despite mentally only being like a few weeks old at this point. Which is very sad. I mean, I guess she has like some kind of slight residual consciousness. Like we saw that in the example of like when in the advising session. But I mean, basically, she's been reset multiple times, right? So she doesn't have a lot to work with.
보고 싶고 그립지만 더는 만날 수 없겠지.
All right, let's collect these relics, and then we'll try the mini game. Oh, there's one right here. They're easy to find today.
이젠 두렵지
Very
않아.
close to each other.
모두를
So there should be normal mode available now.
반드시 성공해야 해. 모두를 지킬 수 있도록 반드시 성공해야 해.
Mihara is mother. Kind of has some of that vibe. All right, normal. Here we go.
게임을 시작할게.
Probably gonna get wrecked.
앞으로 나아가라. 배치 완료. 너로 정했다.
Gonna need some shooting guys in here soon.
앞으로 나아가라.
We'll bring in some more purples.
배치 완료.
Should probably upgrade too. Upgrade.
강하게 나아가자. 너로 정했다.
Upgrade. Upgrade. There we go. We got them to max. Ooh, bro, these enemies.
앞으로 나아가라. 배치
Oh
완료.
my god. They're way too strong.
너로 정했다. 앞으로 나아가라. 배치 완료.
Let me spawn, let me spawn. I think using the purple and blue and heal, like these are like the three all-stars. And then like there comes a point when you can start mixing in some other ones.
앞으로 나아가라. 배치 완료.
There we go. All right, we got some momentum on our side. Upgrade.
강해졌어. 돌격해.
Gonna bring in some shooting ones here in a second.
다들 힘내.
Some leveled up ones.
앞으로 나아가라.
Upgrade.
이제 정말 얼마 안 남았어.
Phase 2. Gonna bring in some pink guys now. This feels like the right time to do it.
배치 완료. 너로
Some
정했다.
reinforcements for our purple shield guys. Some more long-range gunners. More shield guys.
완료.
Alright, then next, I think we're just gonna launch Siren.
여기서 내가 나갈게.
And we're probably good to go here. I think we'll probably just win with this, but we'll spawn some more guys just in case.
너로 정했다. 조금만.
There we go.
유닛
Got the win.
이겼어.
Not too bad, actually. That was relatively easy. We got some voice actor talk. Okay. Yeah, memory wiped retains the personality. And it does seem like she has some, like, kind of slight, like, you know, remnants of memories even in her, you know? Her new English voice actor seems kind of off. Oh, really? Huh. For the life of you, you can't get past level 7. What is level 7? On easy? I'm not going to get to normal today, level 7. Alright, let's go ahead and collect our missions. Alright, and... research? Do we want to research anything? Let's see. Traits? I don't have any of these, so I can research. Is there anything that, like, I need to research? Honestly, I think I'm kind of good on research right now. I'm going to hold off to see what's the best thing to do. Like, I could do a hero, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, easy level 7. Yeah. So just kind of use the same strategy I was doing. So you want to primarily pump out the purple guys and do, like, a couple of healers to back them up. And then mix in long range. So the majority of your summons are going to be the purple ones. And then do a few healers and a few long range blue ones. And then usually at the very end, like if a big boss spawns or like you're ready to take down the gate, then you bring out Siren. But generally, Siren isn't like that useful unless you're using her like right at the end. Also, take a look at your traits. You might need to reset them. Summon level makes a huge difference. So focus on this. And then the next best thing to do is your bubble charge, because you're going to get more resources more quickly. And then I did cost reduction kind of as my next thing. Alright, guys. Heading back to the lobby. I think this might be it. I've got some stuff I need to do. Oh, we got more Drake rewards. Weekly Drake rewards. Dude, the amount of resources they give you is kind of wild right now. New players are so spoiled. They're probably going to see, like, after this, just how slow it is to get, like, resources. And they're going to be like, what is happening? So, don't be frivolous with them, okay? Only level the things you really want to level. Trust me. Even though we're getting more rewards from Simulation Room than we used to, you don't want to just like level up everything just for the heck of it. Be mindful of the fact that your resources are limited. Alright. That's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to do the rest of the event story on my own. I got to upload the video for polls and testing. If you missed it already, those will be out in just a couple hours or maybe even sooner. I'll try and get these up ASAP. The testing with Mihara was pretty interesting. Yeah. All right. Happy 2.5 anniversary. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the follows on Twitch and all the subscriptions on YouTube. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like the stream if you're watching on YouTube right now. It would really help me out. You guys are amazing. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, morning, afternoon, wherever you guys are at in the world. And I will catch you guys in the next video or stream.